Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Omar from the Bullish Bears team. It is April 6th, 2017, about 5:20 in the evening. I wanted to make a video building my watch list tomorrow. Talk about a couple of the, remind everybody about the swing trade strategy that I introduced to the group. I've been getting a lot of feedback from a lot of the members about how I can tweak it and do separate things and do different things. So, this will be a work in progress. I got my watch list up. Let's pull it up. Actually, I had the wrong watch list. That was yesterday's watch list. This was the watch list for today. I didn't trade at all. I didn't even get a chance to see if any of the stocks moved on my watch list. Look, it appears that some of them did. Some of them were really choppy. But not much of my watch list I was excited about, and it appeared nothing really moved. I wasn't excited. I don't think I even posted it on Twitter. I just wasn't excited, even though CYG looked like it had a move at the market open. But what I want to do is before I kind of like go into building my watch list for tomorrow. There was a lot of great plays today, a lot of good momentum. I didn't trade anything. I want to pull up yesterday's watch list because a couple of stocks I want to talk about in terms of the swing trade. I found one just goofing around. Let me pull back up yesterday's watch list. So just to remind everybody how all this works. So what you should be doing is, if you're interested in swing trading and not day trading, is I'm working on the scanner to identify when the trades are when the crosses, the golden cross and the death cross are about to happen. Some people in the group already have some scanners they shared with me. I gotta like play around with them. I haven't had a chance to really do much. I've been pretty busy, but I do want to talk about the actual swing trade. I'm gonna pull up two stocks. I'm gonna pull up R and N. So what I do is I'm gonna go to, so right now I'm in stockcharts.com. I'm gonna pull up R and N, and I want to remind everybody how this works. So the swing trade strategy that I use is very, very simple. Okay, and what I do is I use two moving averages, the 13 and the 48.5 on a daily period. You can do this on the weekly as well. From my understanding, from what the research I did, there's no change, but I always use it on the daily. And then I do like a year to date. So what I do is I just do the range, and I do year to date. I do year to date, and I hit update. And I want to show you guys something, just to show you how this sort of works in theory. So again, just to remind everybody, a golden cross is when the 13 EMA crosses over the 48.5 EMA. A death cross is when the 48.5 EMA crosses over the 13, all right? But let's talk about the golden cross. So the golden cross on this particular stock, RAN, okay, that I'm looking at now, happened right here actually, on, what was it? It was on, actually no, it was right here. Let me do this inspect so you can see it. And it happened right here, which was January 20th, January 20th of this year, right? And it opened at 18 cents, 18.5 cents, it hit a high of 20.4 cents, and it closed at 17.5. Actually, it hit a low of 17.5 and it closed at 18.4 cents, right? So let's say, hey, you see the golden cross, you got it here, right? So so you're in, right? The next day, this thing opened at 17, hit a high of 18.5, closed at 17.6. So, it closed lower. So you're like, oh shit, I'm down. But remember, the confirmation really is so in theory, the real reversal is happening when the death cross takes place, meaning when the 13 EMA crosses over the 48, and that doesn't happen here. You see how the next couple of days it sort of bounces off the 20 EMA, so it stays in this range, right? So you gotta be patient. And I also have the Ichimoku cloud added, so you could talk to Tim Davis, watch his video, explains how it works. But basically, when the candlesticks are in the cloud, in the red cloud, it's just basically saying that it's kind of indecisive and it needs to break out of the red cloud in order for it to have a move to the positive side. And what you see here is the actual candlesticks, each day kind of ride in between the 13 and 48, and then look what happens. It pops above the cloud and it pops above the 13 EMA, and then it starts doing what is expected. So remember, when I said when that cross happens, when the golden cross happens, generally, sometimes the pop happens right away. Sometimes it takes a few days, but it's a pretty good confirmation sign that there's gonna be some sort of run. Doesn't always happen, guys, but most of the times when I invest, and this is how I was able to turn the 5,000 into the 35,000 over 3 months, is I found stocks like this that were crossing, and I would buy it in the cross. I would size in all my shares and just hold, and just and a stock like this, RN, look what happened when it broke. You know, you see how it never dips below the 48 EMA, rides it, and then you get the breakout. And look, it has its gap up. You see the MACD starting to curl. Remember what I told you, when the spacing is in between like this, a very bullish sign. But the RSI, if you see up here, it gets hot. So what happens? It pulls back. And look what happens. It bounces off the 13 EMA. And then it has another run, okay? And then, you know, it has another run. And then it kind of pulls back. People take more profit. And then it has another run. Look at this, right? The MACD is breaking out, right? You see the actual bullish confirmation. The more spacing between the two lines, the more bullish it is. But the RSI is hot, right? So it rips all the way up to 50 cents. Then it kind of like pulls back, right? Because it's overbought. But look what happens. It bounces off the 13 EMA again, has another rip, pulls back, bounces off the 13 EMA again, has another rip, and it's oversold, right? So I mean it's overbought, so it's gonna pull back. So my guess is, what I'm gonna do is, if this hits the 13 EMA again, when this hits the 13 EMA, I might buy for a swing trade, because until it breaks below the 13 EMA, I'm probably gonna stay. And as long as the MACD is up, curling upward, I might take a trade on this. All right. So this is to show you how you can find entries once the golden cross has happened, and you're not sure. You kind of, you know, if you see a pattern forming like this where the stock keeps pulling back, bouncing off the 13 EMA, and keeps going, that's a bullish confirmation. That's a sign to stay in the stock. And what you can do is, wherever the 13 EMA is, so let's say, for example, it bounced off the 13 EMA right here. Let's say I wanted to get in right here, right? What I would say is, all right, well, my stop is going to be 53 cents. If it dips below this, stop me out, all right? But I wouldn't get in, because right now it's overbought, right? So I know it's going to pull back, even though it's still very bullish. So the next time this thing comes down, so my expectation is this is going to come down back to the 13 EMA, somewhere in the 53, 54, 55 cent range. I might put a buy order in, and my stop would be the 13 EMA. That's a great trade, because, you know, it has a pattern that's consistent. And what's the worst that can happen? All right, breaks below it and you lose a few cents, as opposed to, you know, not knowing what the hell to do. All right, so that is the golden cross. All right, guys, that's the golden cross, and that's how it works. All right, I want to show you another stock that was on yesterday's watch list that may show a potential golden cross. RCII. So I'm gonna put RCII in here, right? So I'm gonna put RCII. Okay. So when I put RCII, all right, here it is, right? So Rena Center, okay. Look what's happening. So right now, this has been in a death cross pattern, okay? Because I don't know when it happened. I'm using the year-to-date chart. If we want to see when it actually happened, let's pull up a yearly chart. So let's go to 1 year. Okay. So on the yearly, it looks like the golden cross, the first golden cross, happened here on July 26th. It hit a high of 13.25. It closed at 13.05, and then this thing came all the way down to $9. So wow, it really did, you know, it really did break down. All right, and then it gapped all the way back up to $13. And here, right here at this 1301 mark, it looked like it's hard to tell, but it looked like right around here there was a golden cross. Actually, no, it was before that. It happened here on August 19th. It closed at 1261, and then it had a pop to 1301 a couple of days later. Hit a high of 1301, closed at 1291, and then it started consolidating down. Now, I cannot tell if there was a golden cross with here. It's just too hard to tell. But here, I'm sorry, the death cross. I can't tell when the death cross happened, but right here it happened. So there was a death cross on October 7th, 2016. All right, it opened at 1271, hit a high of 1280, closed at 1252. Then on the very next day, look what happened if you would have got in. This thing went all the way down to $7. All right, and then it started gapping up again, and then it formed this golden cross right here, okay, at 12. I'm sorry, at November 17th, it opened at 11:31, hit a high of 11:36, it closed at 11:19. And then, you know, after it did the golden cross, look, it gapped up the next few days, all the way up to like 12:27, right? And then it kind of came back down, but it was still in the golden cross territory, and then it came backed up. So it went all the way down to 989, but it was still in golden cross territory because the 13 EMA never crossed over the 48. So look what happened. It came all the way back up to 1219, right? To tell you that this EMA should, you know, see, there's some real truth, some real data that supports it. It really works. And then when it officially collapsed was on, the death cross happened on January 5th, 2017. It was at 11:53, hit a low of 1099, closed at 11:11. But then look, it just completely collapsed. And it went all the way down to 769, and it's been in this death cross territory ever since, and it gapped up to 909, then back down to 786, then back up to 953, then, and you see how it kind of touches the 48 EMA. It breaks above it for a second, but it kind of comes back down and it stays in that range. Well, it's been in that range ever since, right? And basically what I'm trying to say is that it looks like it's about to have a golden cross. So if we look at the MACD, it's hard to tell, but look, you see how the black line bounces off the MACD, and they're both curling up, and the RSI is below 70, and look at where the 13 EMA is, and look at where the 48 EMA is. So it looks like tomorrow, maybe the day after, it's gonna golden cross. So if it does, that's a buy confirmation, and you may get a $3 pop out of this. All right, so have this on watch. So what you should be doing is basically what I'm saying is, you know, I'll set up the scanner to run it so it can show you what's about to cross. But just for the sake of doing this, have stockcharts.com up, have the 13 EMA here, the 48.5 EMA here, and the Ichimoku cloud, just blank, not with the full, just the cloud there, and you know, do your year to date. You could just do the predefined year to date, update, and and you'll see. Okay, you'll see the range. It's a lot easier to see here. So it's been in the death cross territory all this time, but it's about to cross. And you know what? We may get a breakout. We've seen it go to as far as $12. So it's in that range of $7 to $12. So this may be a buy sign. Got good volume. I like it. You know, I like it. VWAP's at 940. So 942. Right now it closed at, so you know, if it breaks above VWAP as well, that's even another confirmation sign that, you know, it may work. So, you know, and you can also check the 200-day moving average and the 50-day moving average. Those sometimes play resistance points as well. But it looks like, you know, this may be a good go sign. So, you know, I'll have this on watch for a swing. All right. So I just wanted to remind everybody of how the swing trade strategy works, how do you look for the golden cross as opposed to the death cross, and when those curl and all that stuff. So, you know, as I build my watch list, you could look like just for the sake of it, I'll put CHK there just to see where it's at. CHK, CHK. All right, and on CHK, look what CHK, just, I haven't even looked at this, but CHK, it looks, right, it's about to get to that oversold territory. It's right below it. But look at the MACD, crossed over, it's been curling up. You know, it had this little run where it got a high of 552, came back down, and it's been, you know, kind of running ever since. It hit a low of 495, and it's kind of been running. Oh, it had this little bull flag here, and it's running. It ran up to 659, it kind of came back down. But look what's happening here as well. It looks like there's about to be a golden cross. So, you know, take a look to see if it breaks. You know, not every doesn't necessarily mean that the golden cross is gonna sustain itself, that it's guaranteed to work. You know, but it shows that when it does cross, I mean, it tends to hold. All right. You know, it tends to hold. It doesn't happen. I've seen stocks where it has the golden cross and then it crosses back. But every stock that I've ever seen this happen to, the day it crosses, usually the day after, it has a pop. So I've seen a couple of people had this happen and they didn't take their profit. Guys, you know how you make money? You take your profit. Don't sit there holding and hoping or thinking, don't get greedy, you know, like take your profit. You know, if you got profit, take some profit. Remember what I talked about when I made my original video was that you know, maybe take half off. So take 50% in profit and leave 50% in and see what happens with the other 50%, so that you make some profit. All right, guys. So don't be greedy, you know. And you know, this is a new strategy for all of us. So we're working and refining this. Okay. So with that said, let's build our watch list for tomorrow. I'm not gonna review the plays today. Obviously, CLNT had a monster rip. I think Tim Sykes' chat room pumped this. That's what I'm hearing. That's what I saw on Twitter. And look at this. Just to remind you guys, you got entries here. Nice bull flag on the 1 minute and on the 5 minute. Look, bull flag. This pushes up. Look, this gaps up. You have the pullback. Once you get that pullback here, you're gonna get another push. Gap up, pullback. You see, you have a bunch of bull flags here. Another rip up, another, and it's all bouncing off the 9 EMA. So as long as it doesn't break the 9 EMA, you can ride this all up. Now, me, let's say I would have saw this, I would have gotten right here, and I would have just put my trend line and just had it ride the trend all the way up, you know. And you see right about here, it breaks the trend line. Now, if I'm real greedy, I'll say, okay, I'll completely sell my position if it breaks the 20 EMA. And you see I bounced off the 20 EMA and never broke it and had another rip up. This thing's up to 790, and then it had the reversal. So, you know, at some point it has a reversal. On the 5 minutes, very clean. Gaps up, pulls back. It's your first bull flag. So this is your entry. Gaps up, pulls back. This is your second entry. Gaps up. Now, usually what happens is this would be the last push, and then you would have the reversal here. But it had another pullback, and then they had the third push. So this, on the 5 minute chart, I had 3 bull flags. Generally, you have 2 and then a reversal. This time I had 3. All right, I would have got out right here though. Like once this would have broke here, I would have probably got out. All right. And now it's reversing, and this is absolutely going to be on the watch. This thing's washing out right now. It's at $6, but it's so overbought that maybe it has another move at the market open tomorrow. Maybe it completely sells off, but that's a tremendous opportunity for short sellers. So you know, remember, you could make money going long, and you could make money going short. All right, and I prefer shorting. I think there's a lot more money, there's a lot less risk, believe it or not, even with shorting. But you know, everybody has their own preference, all right? So we're gonna create a watch list for tomorrow, quarter 4, 7, 17, save, and we're gonna start building it. So again, my strategy is that I look for stocks. Let's go here, load, personal, go to nightly big scan movers, hit scan. And yesterday I had 29 stocks, today I got 69, 65. See, every day the market's different, all right? The market changes from day to day, all right? And this is my criteria, 20 cents to $30, 500,000 shares that are up 5% or more. Now, you can make this whatever you want, all right? You can look for stocks from $1 to over $1,000. It's whatever you want to do, all right? So, CLNT is absolutely going to be on the watch list. This thing was a monster move into the close. Even though it's selling off, you know, there'll be some volatility tomorrow on the stock. Next up, HTGM, another runner. Look at this. This thing is at $9, and aftermarket's still moving. Wow, look at this. It had a nice bull flag, gaps up. Man, you know what? I would make a trade on this. It'd be kind of nice if I saw some. It looks like right now. Let's see. Time of sales. It's too risky. I wouldn't mind making a trade just to make a live trade for you guys, so you can see me trade live, which I will do at some point. But I work and I just can't record my trades at work. But at some point, I would like to start trading live for you guys, get you guys to see a couple of my trades, see what I'm thinking about. But man, this thing is moving. Tomorrow, this thing is going to be volatile. I mean, this stock has moved. It moves because it's a low float stock. Look at the shares. Both of these are low float runners. When you got shares like stocks that are less than 1 million shares, they move. You know, it's at 909. It's actually you know what it is? I'm not completely. Yeah, look at that. Look at that position. Look at that reversal. It's happening right now in the 1 minute. The reversal's happening, but it's bouncing. People are crazy. I don't know. They're nuts to me to trade this after hours. I don't know. I'm not big on after hours trades. It's too unpredictable. All right. The pattern has to be so clean. Like had I saw this a couple of minutes ago, I might have made a trade because you see you have the gap up and the pullback. I know that I had another push up. I might have made a trade on this right now, and you know we could be getting another pullback and then another push. But I don't think so. You know, I don't think so. I think it's just a reversal now. But yeah, this is gonna be on the watch list tomorrow. Let's keep moving. BICX, another stock. It went from 18 to 34 cents. Now this is dog shit. But I'm curious to see BICX. Let's see where it is on the swing trade. BICX. I'm curious. BICX. Let's see where it's at. Actually, look at this. The golden cross happened here at 3 cent. Man, look at this. And it broke above the cloud here. Imagine we would have saw this. Oh, shit. And look what it's been doing ever since, guys. When it broke, when it made the golden cross here, look what happened. It's just been riding the 13 EMA. So look, another stock, another example of a stock that's pulling back and it's bouncing off the 13A. Keeps up, and then here it broke below the 13 EMA, but never bounced up, never hit the 48 EMA, and it's continuing to go. So I don't know. Maybe this continues to move. I mean, it's over. So it's over sold. I mean, overbought. So it's gonna pull back. So if tomorrow, if this thing bounces off the 13 EMA like it did here, when it hit 15, it came back down and it stood in here. Maybe make a trade on it, take a swing on it. I don't know, but we'll see. All right, let's keep moving. It's good. It's gonna pull back tomorrow, and it has volume. I'll put it on there for you guys. Tomorrow's gonna sell though. Tomorrow's gonna pull back for sure. NVF. Wow. Look at this. At the open, this thing had a nice move. Now look at this stock. Nice on the 1 minute had this, kind of consolidated. Not sure what it's gonna do, and then it breaks above. This is considered a golden cross when. I didn't know this, but this is considered a golden cross when a stock goes above VWAP and you move it and your EMAs. That's considered a daily, like a quick daily golden cross. That's a buy sign. It's a buy confirmation. And look, it gapped up. Had this sort of, these are not a real pullback, because it's kind of like not, these are indecision wicks. Like, you got to be careful when you see these, because that usually means like a reversal's happening. But, you had good volume here. Then you had like some selling pressure, but then it superseded, the volume superseded the selling pressure here. And then it kind of, continued up. And then it pulls back. So this is your first pullback. So you're going to get that pullback. Look, it bounces off the 20 EMA. And then you see right here, this is that indecision candle. When you see that, you got to be a little worried. But, a lot of volume came in and just kept pushing it up. So you got the second gap up, and then you had the second pullback. And then you had this, when you had the second pullback, you had one more like kind of push, and then this is the reversal candle where you see it hit its high and then it reversed. On the 5 minute, it's a lot cleaner. So you got the gap up, you have the pullback, you have the gap up, you have the pullback, you have one last push, and then the reversal. Remember I told you with momentum trading, it's always like that. You get the gap up, pullback, gap up, pullback, one last push and sell. So after that second pullback, you gotta be real careful if you're gonna buy, because that reversal's coming instantaneously. So, I tend not to, after the second pullback, jump in, but sometimes I'll do it. But you gotta be real careful. I'm looking really to reverse and short into the reversal. All right. So that's your typical momentum play. Now let's see. This thing kind of washed, so I don't know if I would put this on my watch list. Nah, I'm not gonna put it. I think it just kind of, maybe it moves again tomorrow, but I don't think it will. I think it had its run. I'm sorry. AKTX. This thing, man, ripped. Went from 13 to 18. Man, today was a lot of volatility. Look at that. Nice, easy looking trade on the 1 minute. You got this. It's just riding the, the 9 and 20 EMA all the way up. But your entries are a lot cleaner on the 5. If you see, look, it gaps up. Look at the pullback. Right here is your entry. Gaps up, has a pullback. And then it gaps up, and then it just kind of rises at 13 EMA. So here would have been a clear entry for me. But I don't know. If I would have done it, because my expectation is that it's gonna have that one last push and then reverse. But it pulled back, but it never broke the 13 EMA and rolled up. So it would have been a scary trade at this point. I mean, at this point, I'm looking for the short. I'm looking just to reverse. I'm like, it had its run. It's gonna reverse. So at this point, let's say I saw it had this one run here, second run here, it's moving here. I'm just like, all right, I'm watching it move. And as soon as I see it curl here, I'm putting a trend line. Because I'm like, all right, I'm just going to watch it. Like right here, I'm putting a trend to short into the reversal to see, all right, let's see if it keeps going up. Because, the trend right now is here. And you see it bounces here, and then it kind of cuts out. And then you get this. This is called a bear flag, where it gaps down, crosses off, bear flag. Look at this, bear flag. Bear flag. These are bull flags. So this is a bull flag. This is a bear flag. It's just the opposite, where it gaps up and comes down, continues to go down like that. All right. So those are little strategies that I'm giving you guys. Just to know. And also remember the MACD. Look, it started to curl here, downwards. That's already telling you at some point this is gonna reverse. And sure enough, it reversed. And the TTM squeeze was you got the selling pressure there. on that reversal. So all those things will confirm that this was a trend was about to take place. And this candle, the wick right here, this is the indecision wick that's telling you it's changing. All right. So I guess the question is that go on my watch list. I'm sorry guys, I'm always teaching, man. It's just the teacher in me. This is overextended. Now, for short sellers, I would be looking at this to look for a potential short, because it's so overextended. $6 5 days ago. I won the AKTX. Now that I'm into this golden cross stuff, I'm just curious. AKTX. So let's see. AKTX. Look, it had it go. Look at this. The golden cross happened March 30th. Look at that. And then, so let's say you would have took a position on this March 30th. Shit, on the next day this thing popped to 1120, and I'm telling you, this golden cross with this 1348 5 EMA, I'm telling you, man, it's no joke. You're not gonna always get these runs, but look, I'm showing you stock after stock after stock. When it happens, there tends to be a move. So look, remember, Renaissance looks like it's about to pop. So let's see what happens with Renaissance. All right. Will I put it on the? I'm gonna put it on the watch list. Maybe it continues up. I mean, it's overextended though. I would think that this is gonna sell off, but we'll see. SCON, it's kind of, it had this, it's choppy. It's too choppy. It had its run pre-market, and then it kind of I'm not putting it on my watch list. IMFLL, nah. Actually, this is a stock that is continuing to move. This is 30 cents. I wonder when this had the golden cross. IMLFF. Let's see. So the golden cross happened. Oh, this was already. Well, it happened some point last year because it's not showing in the year to date. So we would have to then go do 1 year and hit update to see when it officially happened. So the golden cross on this stock, there was a couple. There was a golden cross here on June 16th, and then it happened here. It closed at 85 cents. The next day it closed at $1, so it popped, and and then it hit a little, and then it went above it. No, then it kind of like, then it just kind of like came back down, and then it had the death cross here, and it came all the way down to 0.5 cents, and then it had another golden cross somewhere over here, and then it went on that day when it golden. It's so hard to tell. It's going to be hard for you to tell. August 22nd, it closed at 71.70. 0.7 cents, and then it went all the way up to 16 cents, and it kind of consolidated, and then it came back down, and then it kind of bounced off the 48 EMA, and it continued upward, and then it kind of like, it's kind of been going in this upward trend ever since. Wow. So it's a powerful tool, man. We're gonna start catching some of these. We're gonna get really good with these so that we can start getting in on this action and getting some swing trades, and this is where you can make fucking huge money, because you buy stock, let's say you had bought it down here, bought like 20,000 shares, and you've been holding it ever since. Forget about it. You'd be up like $50,000, $100,000 or something like that at this point. So we're gonna catch them. Don't worry, guys. We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. When I put my mind to something, trust me, I make it happen. All right. So I guess the trade is, you can put this on your watch list. I'm not, but you can continue to watch this to see it continue to swing. AGFS. Yeah, it's holding its highs. It's looking good. Not a lot of volume. If you want, again, AGFS. Oops. I'm sorry, guys. Let me go back. AGFS. Let's see when it had. Look, it had its golden cross, right? Look, so just more proof. Seemed to cross here. On the 13th of March, it opened at 293, had a high of 323, closed at 320, and then the next day, what happened? The next day it had a high of 339, so you could have took some profit the next day if you would have got it on a previous day. But look, it's riding the 13 EMA. Look, and on this day it kind of consolidated, pulled back, at right here, and then it's just been riding the 13 ever since. And look. Right here, it looked like yesterday it sort of like bounced close to the 13 EMA, and now I had this big rip. So it still looks good. It's in the oversold territory. MACD still looking good. This may look good for a swing. It's gonna pull back because it's oversold, but it may continue up. Use the 13 EMA as your support and resistance model. And see. So uh, AGFS. I'll put it on there. Let's keep going. PTIE. Wow, look at this. This thing, PTIE is up to $1.05 at this point. You know, we're gonna put it on our watch list. Probably some news on it. You know, see where it's at. I'm not gonna look at every def cross for every because this video will be too long. But you guys can start doing your homework now that you know the criteria and how this works. I'm sorry, ADHD. It's kind of moving, but nah, I don't like it. SB was at 206 and now it's up. Nah, I don't like it. PBMX, look at this, is running. It ripped into the after. It ripped into the close. I'll put it on the watch list. You know, it's holding in ties. Let's see what happens. Take a look at it. Let's keep going. FGN. Wow, look at this. $22 pre-market went all and held its highs all the way at 26.85. Absolutely going to be on there. Keep a look. You know, tomorrow is going to present a fantastic shorting opportunity because people are going to take profit. So, you know, you say, wow, but Omar, this is a $26 stock, you know. But, all right, so let's assume that. Let's say it's a $26 stock, okay? All right, and you have $3,000 in your account. So, you know what? You take a 100 share position, you know, you short it, and, you know, if it goes down $1, you make $100. I mean, you know, $100 is $100, you know? If an opportunity presents itself, the pattern's there, it's clean, you know, the pattern looks predictable, you make the trade, make your profit. You know, don't be greedy. Right? So BITCF, nah. GALT, not a lot of volume, 800,000 shares. But again, these are those stocks that I tell you, when they're low, nobody's watching them, they can just continue to move up. So you can watch gold. Gold is a stock that moved before. HPJ, and no volume, but it is moving. It was $3.90 5 days ago. It's $4.99. You could have made a whole dollar swinging it. GIGL, nah. FRED. FRED is one of these stocks that when it moves, it moves. It was 12.16 pre-market, a high 15, and now doing this U-shaped pattern, broke VWAP. So you know what? You may see a continuation up tomorrow. I'm gonna put it on the watch list just because of that. FRED. We'll see. And all right, next up. GRM, yeah, was on my watch list today, and you know, continues to move. I'm gonna put it on my watch list. You know, I've been telling you guys. If you watched my video the last week, I told you guys that these stocks that nobody pays attention. Now more people are starting to pay attention to it. But you know, this has been traded. This has been gapping up, and not a lot of people have been taking. I said, yo, watch it keep going, and guess what? It keeps going. So I put it on the watch list. PLSC. Wow, look at this, from $17 to $20. Nice move. It was at $33 5 days ago. So, you know, it just sold so much that now it's gapping up again. We'll put it on the watch list, especially for you options traders. You may want to look to buy a call on it. REI. Nice move. Look at that at the open. Moved really nicely. Look at that. Entry could have been here, another entry here, another entry here. Then you have the reversal. Look at that. No pullbacks, just straight up and straight down. That's a other type of. So you have two types of momentum trades. The one is where you have the gap up, the bull flags, the gap up, the pullback, the gap up, the pullback, the last gap up, and then the reversal. And then the other types are like this, where there's no pullbacks. It just gaps up and sells off. If you watch my day trading video, that's the very first, the intro, momentum trading for beginners. I talk about the two types of classic patterns. This is classic momentum pattern 2 that I talk about. All right. Let's go on SGSF. Nope. SALT. It's up. It's down. I mean, this may see a continuation up. I'm not gonna put on my watch list, but you can watch it. 2 million shares traded. It's just choppy. It's just, you know, you make this trade when it breaks above VWAP. That's the only type of, because there's no real pattern here, you know. And I would just ride it up to 13 EMA using VWAP as my stop with these kind of stocks where I see there's, you know, it's crossing the MACD and I see there's volume, but I'm not sure what it's gonna do. Those are the types of trades that I'll make. I'll say, okay, breaks above VWAP, I'll make a trade. So I use VWAP as my entry. So that's my other type of trading style. When, you know, you're not kind of sure what the stock is doing because there's no real patterns, but you know there's volume in the MACD and the TTM squeeze, and it's giving you all these confirmations. You know, if I see all that, you know, moving it, I'll make a trade based on VWAP, using my VWAP as my entry. NM is it's moving. It's choppy. I don't love it, but it may continue up. I mean, if you want, again, you know, you come here, kind of see where it is in terms of, like, you know, the strategy for the swing trading. NM, and it looks like NM right now is, it just had a golden the golden cross happened on this day right here. All right, and look at that. It kind of came back. It came below, but look, it's gapping up again. And you see, it never crossed below. So even though like you know it broke here, actually broke. Yeah, it broke right here on this day. You know, you're like, ah, shit. You know, like it's a failed golden cross, but technically because it never crossed below the 13 EMA, never crossed below 48. You know, what I say, they usually come back, and look, it's coming back, and it may break. I mean, the high of the stock is 240, the highest it's ever been in the last year. Let me go. Let me just put year to date instead of this 1 year, so you can see it. But yeah, it's a little cleaner. But you see, look, it had this gap up right here. Actually, it was on this day. It closed at 189. The next day, it did have a pop. So it opened at 189, hit a high of 193, and it closed at 188. And then it kind of consolidated and came back down. Look, but it broke the 13 and 48. So here I would have got nervous and probably got out. But it actually closed above the range. That's why you got the wick here. And then it popping back up. And you know what? If it breaks this and it breaks above the cloud, this may see a continuation up. I mean, signs are, look at the MACD. It's curling. Look like it's going to curl up. It's not oversold. You know what? Let's see what happens tomorrow. All right? Keep watching MM. And then with the reverse split and dries and all this bullshit, I wouldn't be surprised if it continues up. You know? We'll see. I'm not going to put it on my watch list, but you can give it a watch. MRNS, closed that. BLDP, you know, it's moving. It's just very choppy. ENT, I like. This is what I like when it moves like this. Like, this is my favorite type of move. There's a lot of strength there. ENT. All right, so it'll be on the watch list tomorrow. GOGL moved nicely. It went from 7 to 865. It's above VWAC. You know, washed a little, but it's sideways. It may continue upward. We'll see. I'll put it on the watch list. GOGL. I don't want to put too many stocks. CIE, look, it's moving finally. I know somebody had asked me about this stock. Energy companies, they all move, you know, eventually. You just gotta have the patience to hold them. I mean, this is a dog shit company, but, you know, you get a pop, you make some money. So, you know, you may see a continuation up. We'll see. I'm not gonna put it on my watch list though. NYMX had this move up, down, it's choppy. I don't love it. PRTY, 500,000 shares. Remember, these old stocks where they're low volume and they move, they just continue to move. I'm not gonna put it on my watch list, but you know, keep an eye on it. RAD had a nice move. You know, gapped up real nice here. Wrapped up, pull flag, gapped up. Here's the reversal. You know, went up here, so you can see it here. It kind of, you know, has the gap up, has the pullback. So this is your entry, gaps up, pullback, gap up, and you have this sort of not a pullback, but it's kind of decided, but. Really, this is your last push up and then the reversal. And then it bounced off VWAP and it's been like that ever since. Rite Aid. So this is Rite Aid. I don't know what it's gonna continue to do. Let's see what Rite Aid's been over the last year. I'm just curious. What was that? 877. I mean, it's cheap technically at this point. So you know, if you want to see, just put RAD here. Just see where it's at. See if it's heading towards a cross or something like that. Nah, look how far it is. Even though the MACD's curling, and that could be an indicator that it's going to go up anyway. It may have a couple of, you know, it's above the 13 EMA, but, you know, it's still in that, it has the golden cross has to happen. It has a lot of resistance. May get a pop. You know, I like to look for stuff that's about to cross. But you may get a pop. So, I don't know, if you want to keep it on your watch list, you know, you could do that. I'll put it on there just so some of you guys can look at it. SBLK, gapped up, pulled back, you know, it's kind of overextended now. DSX, nah. RT, nah. NVCR, nah. Even though this it's forming like a U-shaped pattern, it may pop. FRSH, nah. GLF, CO closed, no volume, probably pumped. Cara, you know, I love Cara. It swings nicely, man. Always in this range. You know, you know, it's choppy though. It's hard to trade because it's so choppy. You don't know what the hell to do. Just stocks like this, I only would trade off VWAP. I'm not gonna put it on my watch list, but you know, it may run. You know, I am, because you know what? I bet you tomorrow it continues up. ROX, nah. CVEO, nah. RMC, yeah, this is nice. Nice trend all the way up, loaded 99. So let's put MRC, sorry. MBI had that nice rip. Wow, look at that, came back down. Oh, that was on my watch list. That was on my watch list for today. Look at that. If you would have been around, 1240, you could have caught a piece of this. I mean, it's a tough time to trade. Usually, most people are not in front of their computers at the time. SCOR, it's moving. No volume. Oh, they have some volume. It's choppy. I don't like it. AKRX. Wow, look at this move. 24 to 25, gapped up, and it's holding. It might continue to run. I'm not gonna put it on my watch list, but you can put it on yours. I'll put this one though, definitely for sure. Even though it doesn't have a lot of volume, I just love that pattern. SCXS, probably a good short tomorrow. Oops, SCXS. And GPS, last but not least. Look at this, ripped, and then you kind of pull back, but it's above VWAP. May continue up. I'll put it on there just for you options traders. So these are, my watch list is a little bigger than yesterday. There are some absolute movers here for tomorrow for you guys. I definitely be looking at HTGM, see what that's gonna do at the open. CLNT, Graham, keep watching for a swing. I mean, it just keeps going up. So you have some potential movers here. Hopefully you found this useful. I talked about my swing trade strategy. Hopefully it makes sense. If you have any questions, let me know, right, folks? Have a good one.